Hello! So I'm going to go over a few tricks for spiral blades. Spiral blades are, the ones that I use are Flying Dutchman. I use the 3 O's and the 2 O's mainly, and sometimes one. There's a few tricks to using spiral blades if you have never used them before. The number one trick that I did not know when I started using spiral blades is you can put them in upside down, even though they don't look like you can. So how to tell if a spiral blade is upside down or not is to run your finger down it. If it's smoother, then that's the right side that you want to put it in. If it's rough, that means that the blade teeth are upwards and you want them pointing down. So you want to make sure that when you go down it, that it's nice and smooth. So I'm going to go ahead and put this blade in. This is actually a 2-0 from Flying Dutchman. Couple things that I've learned along the way. So I'm going to move my camera so you can see my saw. I think I need to go down. There you go. I basically just drew a couple lines on a piece of wood. Now the trick with spiral blades is that with a straight blade you actually want to cut on the line. With a spiral blade you want to cut to the edge of the line. Now looking at your blade around it for like a 0-2, you know how thick you need to go beyond to the side of it, is how thick the blade is. So when I go to the side of the line, I'm going to kind of start it on the thickness. I know that this thickness right here, if it spins from this line, is going to be right to the line. So then I just go ahead and saw to the side of the line. Like so. So you just saw to the side of the line, and if you're on the end, you want to do the inside of the line. For me, that's what I like. Anyways, everybody's different. And say that you go off and you're not completely straight. The great thing about spiral blades is you can actually sand with them. You can kind of sand off that little bumpy that you got in there just by going back and forth with your spiral blade. And then as far as a lot of people say that you can't do sharp edges with a spiral blade. And you can. So I'm going to show you this, how to do a sharp corner. You're going to go in one direction on the inside of the line. Like so. And then you're going to go on the other side. You got to get in there. Make your little hole. And you're going to meet that line. Gives you a complete squared off corner. So you can totally cut corners. The other trick is to go in one side and then loop around into your dead space and then come back in and cut in. Or you can go in a diagonal in and then do the sides. It just seems to be easier to go from one side to another. Another thing with spiral blades is if you want to cut those off. Another thing with spiral blades is corners. So when you cut with a spiral blade, if you're going around a corner, you're going to want to go around wider of the width of the blade. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in. I'm going to get into my corner here. And I'm actually going to move you guys up just a little bit. Maybe. One more. Maybe give you a better view. What I mean. Okay. So you're going to go in and then you're going to go around it. higher. And back down. If you were to go around the corner on the line and you went short, like in it, the width of the blade will cut your corner off. And then you're off your pattern. So you really want to make sure that you go wide around so you stay on the outer edge of your line. So those are a few tricks for the spiral blade cutting wise. You can do everything that you can with a spiral. I believe that you can with a straight blade. I still recommend doing lettering with a straight blade. But as long as you're staying on the outside of the line,